Nope, that's
Max
it.
here from Evolution. I don't know if you guys can hear.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah, can't see you.
Yeah, some people are calling in. I think a lot of people are on the go. And look, I'm trying to make this as short as possible. I know everybody's really busy. So thank you for your willingness to be a speaker at our special side conference as part of Seeds and Chips. Just to let you know, we're going to record this so that we can share this with other speakers. That's me letting you know. So if you can see the chat, I've shared the document, which is basically an overview of the agenda for the day, and we're going to kind of go through that. There's still some finalizations for speakers that we're making this week, so you'll see some empty spots on there, but those who have confirmed are on there. And we really have a lot of hot leads on the others. We're just finalizing some details on attendance. I can share screen as well if that's easier. Let me just go here. And Mark, if you have any problems seeing it, I know you're calling in. Do you want me to shoot it to you by email, or what would be the most helpful for you?
No, I'm on the computer. I can see it fine.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I meant Mark Oshima. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I can see it. Thanks.
Okay, great.
How about now?
So the theme is really about feeding the cities, okay? And as we know, that's kind of a bit broad, but all of us are involved in that in a number of ways. And so we really want you to focus on a short pitch that showcases that. And so to encourage that idea, we kind of are working with a theme where it's really in response to who the audience will be. So our partners at Seeds and Chips have assured us that there's going to be a lot of policy leaders and mayors there at this part of the event. And so we thought, well, let's look to the future and let's talk about the vision of feeding the cities. And so essentially what we'd like you to do is to pick a city and look towards the future and do a pitch about how that city will feed itself. And specifically, to give you a chance to really showcase what you're doing, how your solution will play a role in feeding that city. Okay, so you can choose a city as a canvas. It could be a city that you already have some works, planned activities in. But ideally, it's not something that's just focused on the present. It should be pushing the boundaries a little bit. We're trying to look beyond, let's say, a typical pitch of someone's products or services. And we want you to stretch a little bit and to say, okay, how can we share some ideas that are a bit more forward-looking? Are there any questions about that theme at the moment?
Questions, not exactly. What I'll be talking about will be the idea of the skylight, the garden skylight, which is feeding light into the vertical farm so as to economize on electricity. But I think that really fits in with what you're talking about. It's just not directly about food. And it's equal for any city which has any sun at all.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right? Your technology or your solution is going to help vertical farms be more successful. And I think that's a pretty easy connection to make there. Again, my suggestion would be, just for the sake of the discussion, maybe pick a city. Maybe there's a city you've done a study in, or maybe there's a site in a city that you've done a study in. Try and use that as the canvas for your discussion. I think it'll help the audience kind of just...
We talk London at 52 North.
Great, super.
Which is where I come from. Let me ask you a question though, Henry. The 10 a.m., that's on the 9th of May, is it not?
Yes, the event is on the 9th of May, correct.
And there's just one auditorium at the theatre.
There's going to be one auditorium for this event, yes.
And no, just a couple of quick questions. Jeff told me 5 slides. That's right, is it?
You have 5 minutes. So if you that's challenging. We realize that. But if you can do that in 5 slides, that's fine. If it's 3 slides, it's fine. Some people are very fast; they can do 10 slides. It really just depends on your style. But those of you who have ever seen me moderate know that I'm quite strict about time. So we do expect you to practice and keep within that time, because we're trying to do a bit of a rapid fire style event.
Okay, that's fine. That's no trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
great.
Well, that's my question's done. I'm longing to hear more.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just go through it briefly. So again, we're trying to get your slides by May 1st. Again, that's because we want to compile them into one single deck right? So it'll say Tom Boyd, your name and the innovation, and then your slides will begin. So we'll have a cover page for each. You don't necessarily have to design that cover page, but it'd be great if you put the content of that cover page as your first one, right? So your name, your contact information, etc.
Okay, you're waiting for something from us, from me for that, or you're going to do
yes.
it?
Yes. So just send me your deck May 1st, and then I'll give you feedback or questions if need be.
Good.
But just send me your slides, and again, we'll start compiling them into a larger one.
Good.
Any questions about that?
Fine.
Okay.
Any,
Oh, hi, Martin. How you
oh,
doing?
hi. Yeah, I've been listening in quietly. I was a couple of minutes late. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. So,
Henry, I have a question. What format do we want
Exactly.
it in? 4:3 or 16:9? And is it PDF or PowerPoint or?
well, let's go with 16:9, and let's go with PDF.
Good.
Sorry, I had to explain that. 16:9 meaning what? I'd been thinking of a PowerPoint presentation. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that.
It's okay. So if you go into PowerPoint when you're setting up your page, you can actually choose whether it's widescreen or not. And the dimensions we're looking for are 16:9. Mm-hmm. And then PDF is good because it will maintain the consistency of your fonts and colors no matter where we put it. So if you really have some major animation or something like that, let me know. We can talk about it. But if you don't have that, please send it to me in 16:9 PDF.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, team. Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. So if you can see in the chat, for those of you who just joined, and I'm also sharing the screen, we've got the schedule here, okay? So it's in Milan. We're starting at 10 a.m. Please arrive earlier so that we can kind of maybe test audio, things like that. I just want you there. It's going to be rapid fire. So we're going to start with some intros. We're going to have an introduction from the mayor. We're going to have a short keynote from Dixon. There's essentially 3 keynotes kind of splitting up the pitches. And then we go into the first set of innovators. As you can see, we've got 2 empty spots there. We're just confirming a couple of other potential candidates. It may be that we end up with only 5 in that first section and 5 in the next one, but right now we're aiming for 12. That first section is going to go rapid fire, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes each. And then we're going to go into the keynote by Jonathan Rose, who's a real estate developer and architect. There's going to be a short break that I've thrown in there, which, you know, depending on how things go, we might actually just spill through. And then we're going to have the next innovators speak again. So it's pretty straightforward. And at the end, we want you all to gather and we'll do a nice photograph. And then there should be some mingling with the various politicians and leaders that will be there. I have a resource here, which is how to do 5-minute TED Talks. I'm sure you've seen similar videos out there, but I encourage you to look around and really think about it. Team and Martin, just to remind you again, the theme that we're going with is feeding the cities. We want to look towards the future. So we want you to take 5 minutes to think about a city. You know, it could be, you know, we think it'll be helpful if you choose one. And and how your solution, how your technology or your solution will play a role in feeding that city, right? So it could be London 2025, and we have Tom Boyd's, you know, skylight solution that's providing natural light for vertical farms. He needs to pitch that in 5 minutes to the audience. Okay, is that all clear?
Yeah. Does it have to be on Earth, the city?
It doesn't have to be on Earth, no.
Okay.
The mood actually is good.
Anyway, I don't see my name in it. I suppose I'm still.
Yeah, I guess we're waiting for
innovator or
confirmation. But team, could you tell us about your innovation a little bit so that we can know where to place it? We're starting a little bit with kind of seeds and moving into commercial operations as we get through into the second stage.
Yeah, so it's similar to a grow box, but different because we're not focused on maximizing output or generating as much food in it as possible. But it's a citizen science project, so we involve young people to construct their own kit. Sorry, I've got my colleague here doing funny stuff. Anyway,
But it's for your home. It's for your home, or it's for like.
It's for schools. It's for your home.
Okay.
And we probably also involve professional growers because it's stuffed with sensors. So what is done is we collect data about specific plants that are on the short list of becoming plants for space, and we develop data models based on all the data we collect in these kits. So these kits
you don't want to reveal the whole innovation, right? We're so excited to hear it on the day of. So I'm sorry to cut you off, but let's just we're going to put you in on the second section. Right now it's Innovator 8, but as I said, there might be some changing there. So you're confirmed. We're excited to see you in Milan. Thank you for joining the call, and sorry for interrupting. I'm just trying to respect everyone's time.
Yeah.
But that sounds very exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on one. And everybody else, you're on the list already. You see that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. What questions?
Just one quick question, Henry. You mentioned a sort of a division in the, let's say, in the innovator pitches between starting off with seeds and in the second part from 7 onward commercial systems. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're kind of moving from. We're trying to create a narrative arc here, if possible, and so there might be some movement, but. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're starting with Copart, thinking a little bit more about seeds and cultivation, and Patrick Rota does sensors, and then Tom Boyd and Martin, it's more of a technology solution, a bit more of an infrastructure solution. And then we were going to move into home systems, 7 and 8, and then we were going to do some commercial operations.
Right. Okay.
It's not it's not that scientific of an approach. Yeah. But
no, that's no problem. It's clear. I'm just trying to see
totally great.
Where would I fit in the best? That's all. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Are there any other questions about the event? Jeff, I believe we're going to be getting everyone passes and entry and all that, right? That's arranged. Are you still on the call?
Yeah. All speakers get full access to the whole event. I'm not sure about the Obama event, but for the rest, everybody gets access to everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you could please find out. I believe we're trying to finalize all that by Friday. So if I get your slides on Monday, which is again the deadline that I want to get them by, we'll give you a reply with some details about access to the event, etc.
Okay.
If anyone's in need of an Airbnb, we are trying to help AVF members do that. We're potentially getting a larger one. So if you or a member of your staff have a need for that, we can see what we can do. Just let us know. Let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Henry, do you have a sense in terms of, you've connected with Dixon, Jonathan, and Stephen in terms of what they're speaking about, the keynote as well? Is it all just feeding the city's theme?
It's all feeding the city's theme, and it's all, they're a bit similar, to be honest. So Dixon's is a little bit more, I'd say, utopian, and his vertical farming pitch and all of that, and the ecological city. Jonathan is really bringing green infrastructure into his projects, so maybe not as much on vertical farming, but more on urban gardening, I would say, and how this can serve as an amenity. And then Stephen Pimbley, I think Mark or Jeff, you know more about Stephen, right? What are we expecting there?
Actually, I'm probably the one who's closest to Stephen. He's probably going to talk about his home farm project, which has vertical and typical urban farming integrated into his development. Okay,
great. If we don't get confirmations on these TBDs here, we may do a little bit of a small panel with those innovators in those sections and ask some questions. So just be prepared. There might be some fluctuation, but that shouldn't really affect the length of your pitch too much. And so thank you for your patience as we collaborate with Seeds and Chips to finalize this. Any other questions? Did I answer your question, Mark?
Yeah, that's helpful. And then, have you seen the latest overall agenda for Seeds and Chips? Is there? I haven't seen anything like super detailed.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
super detailed, but it's on seedsandchips.com/agenda. I could put in the chat.
Yeah.
Again, they were very focused on kind of closing this big keynote. So I
Yeah.
think that, you know, it's going to be a great event, but sometimes these things come together at the last minute. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Also, if you weren't aware, of course, we have this AVF cafe. So, you know, it's really a gathering place, and we welcome you to participate in that and hang out there, charge your computer or your phone, and meet other members. It's going to be great.
And the cafe will be all 4 days?
Yeah, I believe it's all 4 days, right, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all 4 days, and there's many things happening during those 4 days. So lots of fun stuff. And every evening we also end up there and, you know, gather and fill up the evening and do some fun stuff. Yeah, that's what we do.
The fun stuff that you're referring to is the broader Seeds and Chips schedule that we're seeing on the screen, or specifically AVF programming?
Well, what's happening at the AVF Cafe during the 4 days, during the day, is presentations, meetups, just small workshops. But at the evening, when the event closes, we all meet there, and then we go out for the evening, have dinner. You know, whatever Milan has to offer, we can do it together and enjoy. You know, we're a network. We're a big family, a big international family. We want to make it happen. You know.
Jeff,
Enjoy
will
ourselves.
the schedule for the AVF Cafe be made public? And if yes, when and where?
Yeah, probably. It's already as good as finished. And I'll put it online next week, Wednesday. I'll put it online and we'll spread it to everybody. I think that will be a good time, 2 weeks before. Is that good, Max?
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Great, thank you. Are there any other questions before we wrap up?
Not a question exactly. I just would like to say I feel a little odd, about 60 years older than anybody else.
Well, you know, we're not ageist, so we welcome your experience and wisdom. And thank you for taking part, Tom. You did really great with this new technology, Zoom conference call.
Well,
so, you know,
I can assure you.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time. No, it's a busy time, and really looking forward to seeing you in Milan. And I'll expect your slides on May 1st. If you have any questions, you can email me at hgs@vertical-farming.net.
Okay. Great.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you, Henry.
Great. Thank you.